1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Lead Podcast.
Hi guys, my name is Faith.
Naomi.
And Blessing.
And welcome back to another episode of the Lead Podcast. Today, we're so happy. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We didn't put that in the last episode.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And give us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
Make sure it's 5. You don't want... I see someone put 3. I said... what was I going to say? So, quick question before we start. Just how was your week? What were you up to this week?
What happened this week?
It was good. Well, it was my reading week. So
yeah, I had reading week.
I finished,
as well.
guys. Unpaid labor is officially finished.
Oh, thank God.
We're now officially, we're not licensed, but we're licensing,
Thank
So,
God.
yeah, placement is over. Internship next up come January. So, yeah, just chilling and working. Just trying to get my bag up. Yeah, simple as.
But you, Nene?
A regular week. It's been a good week. It's been a good week.
How's your week, Faith?
It was good. I had reading week as well. So it was just assignments after assignments. This week I learned that I need to get a diary or something because I've been messing up thinking that the diary in my head is gonna work, but I've been messing up my date. So we could have got all the glory. Anyway, so first question is to both of you anyway, but I ask Blessing first. So we're talking about beauty standards today. How would you, distance yourself from today's beauty? Oh.
It has started number 1.
From today's beauty standards. You know the question, yeah.
How do I distance myself?
Not distance yourself, but like, you know how today's beauty standards are a bit all over the place,
Yeah.
Like how would you, live in a world where fillers and plastic surgery and stuff is such a norm? Do you get me?
I just say cliche, just simple cliche, just know who you are. Like when you know who you are, you know what you stand for and what you... Yeah, basically, you know what you stand for because, you're not just, every person that just gets carried away with the reason. Because the thing with, trends and stuff, they are trends. They will trend up, but then they eventually come down. They're not here to stay. So just knowing who yourself is and just simply put it, get yourself in there and continue looking at it every day. If you don't like something you see and if you have the capacity to change it, within reasonable means, change it. If you don't, learn to love yourself the way it is.
Okay, Naomi. Can you answer the question?
How do you separate yourself from today's
I know.
standard?
I don't know. You just have to live life. I don't know,
God.
I don't know, I feel like, honestly, beauty standards are always changing, right? So it's like, you only have one life to live. And you can't just keep, going up with the trend and meeting up the standards, but just know that as long as you set your own standards for yourself, it's like, I am me and you are you. I can never be like you. No matter how much I try, I can never be like you. So I say that's one way. Just I have my own identity, and that's that. I only have one life to live.
But I feel like sometimes it's easier said than done, because let's say you look on social media as well, you scroll through TikTok, look through Instagram, and the girls who get all the attention, I'm not saying that, okay, you're craving attention, but sometimes, all the pretty girls or girls who get comments, nice comments and stuff are, a certain, type or their slim take, hair always done, all of that jazz anyway. How do you get over that? When all you see all the time, the pretty girls, the girls of this certain standard are a certain type, how do you get over that knowing that, let's say, you're not really that type of girl?
You have to love yourself. That's that. Not that's that, but you have to love yourself. I love yourself to the point it's everyone else's opinion is just an additional. It's it's just another something on the cake. Like, it's not gonna fulfill me because I already love myself and I know who I am. And then, I don't know, like, don't compare yourself. Like, everyone is so different. And because social media has a perception that is fake, to be honest. So it's just like, live according to your own life, really and truly.
But that compare yourself thing, I grew up and my mom was comparing me to anybody and everyone.
When they say it all starts from home, sometimes it starts from home.
It just starts from home. Like,
Yeah.
because you find it like when, you know, the closest people around you, but like, see your friend, she's doing this, blah, blah, blah. Like, you too, you start, you know, emulating stuff like that in your own life. So you saying that, like, don't compare yourself. Like, you naturally do compare yourself to people. Anyway, like, if I see someone driving the car I want, me too, I'll be like, what did this person do to get to where they are? But I feel like advice for that would be as well, what is it? Use it as motivation to get where you want to be. Like, if you see a girl that, you know, you like her body type and you want that, work towards it. I am not a good example, but like, work towards work towards that. Do you get me? It's not easy as well. Like, it depends on the person, like your willpower and your determination and self-control and stuff. Let's say if it's losing weight stuff, like you want to be skinnier on the skinnier side. Like, some people just can't be skinny, but some people can. And it just depends on your own determination. Like, okay, I actually want to do this for myself. Do you get me? But I also say that the first result to everything is not to just throw money at it, because some people, you know, they go ahead, okay, they have the funds and stuff to go get the liposuction and the BBLs and stuff, but at the same time, they can't maintain it because they didn't fix the mental aspect of it as well. Because there's a mental toll to, like, you being, let's say, the physical aspect of yourself. Like, I know myself that I'm just comfortable the way I am. Do you get me? But there was a point in my life where, like, I wanted to be the skinniest girl, not a man. I was constantly, like, exercising and stuff. But that's because I had the mental, like, I mentally wanted to do that. But if you don't want to do that, you're not going to be like that. What is it?
Like, one could say, obviously, you can control what you see in the media. But at the end of the day, like, shout out to all my beautiful babes in Ireland. There's just so many beautiful girls and beautiful people. And you just can't block everyone. So that's where it comes back to what Naomi said about just knowing yourself and loving who you are. Because you can't, unless you're just going to stay at home for the rest of your life and never leave your house, you're always going to come in contact with people who are, let's just say, not say better than you, but like they're not on the same level as you, and their level might be up while your level is just here. But, you know, instead of using that as comparison, just learn to motivate yourself, you know, love yourself and grow and learn from it. 'Cause, yeah, if you can change what you want to control, then change it. And if you can't, just stop.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna say something. What other self? So when it comes to beauty standards in this world and stuff, and we see obviously in social media with celebrities and models and the way, you know, they depict themselves, I just want to say that we should remind ourselves that, okay, for me anyway, I'm a child of God, and my God said there's certain, like, things I cannot do as a child of God. Like, I know that, you know, tattoos and, like, stuff is against the word. For your own, what type of, like, not convictions, but stuff with the beauty standards will not align? Does that make sense?
Not really convictions, but I would just have to always remind myself, like, before you do this, why are you doing it? Like, are you doing it to get attention from others? Are you doing it because everyone else is doing it? Like, as Naomi said, no two people are the same. Like, so you just have to, yeah, that's just my conviction. Like, listen, why do you actually, just sit down and be like, why do you actually need this? And, like, if you think about you need it, do you actually have the money for this? And not even the money just for, like, the first aspect of it, but, like, as Faith said, to maintain it. So just sitting down, asking yourself and being like, why? And just figure out the root of the problem. Because when the root of the problem is figured out, then the whole, let's say the whole tree, everything can be cut down. So, yeah, accordingly. Yeah.
Mm.
I would say the kind of person I am, I'm very like, when I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. So like, I remember there was a time that I really wanted to get a cosmetic surgery done. I think I told you this, but yeah, and I went for the consultation and everything, and they were like, well, you need to go and lose weight before you do the surgery. And I'm like, be for real. And then I went to another person. The same person said that that I need to gain some fat. And it's just like, it's a bit conflicting. But for me, I would say like, I don't know. It's just, I try to think about it, like stop for a moment and just think about it for like a few months. And then if I still feel like to do it, then I'm going to do it.
And like, as you said, you thought of doing, like going for a cosmetic surgery. Like, what led you to do it? Was it like beauty standards or your own? Like, why would you want to do?
Because I was insecure and I wanted to fix it. I don't think it was because of social media. Because I know some people don't mind, like, some people, like, I didn't know about it before, but then people started pointing it out to me. And then from that's when I became insecure about it. And then I was like, you know what, I want to go and fix it.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's what made me to think about it. And I feel like that also boils down to insecurities as well. Like, for me personally, most of my insecurities came from people pointing it out and not from actually me saying, oh, look at myself in the mirror, like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, it always came up, oh, you have a big nose, or oh, it's so flat. Like, it's just like, okay. And then you go home and you think about it, and then just like, yeah, that's so true. So it's like, I don't know, kind of weird. But yeah.
And what about you, Blessing? What do you think about insecurities and beauty standards?
I say, yeah, like as Naomi said, she was secure in herself until people started picking out the insecurity. So that's where it all sprouted. I just to divert, not really, but just to say that, like, as you look at people and as you just see people, just before you just try to open them out, just, take the time to think about what you're going to say. Real. Because if, that person can change it, like, in the next 5-10 seconds, just...
But that's true. Some people be saying uncalled stuff.
Because even, myself, sometimes I think of stuff and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I just try to think of, like, one nice thing about that person. Because sometimes just our mouths just go before our... brain. So just... take the time.
Not even that. Think before you act.
Is it going to be help? What you think might be helpful to someone? It's
like nobody asked you.
That's true.
Nobody asked
you. That's very true.
So why are you opening your mouth?
Because some aunties will be like, oh, you added weight. And I'm like, don't cheat together. I'm very sure I am. But you're like, it's also like you constantly reminding me, you constantly telling me it's annoying. Like it is. And it makes me like dwell on the fact. And then if you're dwelling on the fact, you go to like a whole loophole of, okay, what am I going to do to fix it? And then they're looking up on social media or they're looking up on the internet and you're finding all the craziest things. You got me? So I feel like what you said as well, like people need to actually watch what they're saying because words cut, like they eat at people. And you might know, I seen, oh my God, TikTok is consuming me, but I seen a TikTok and it was this girl and she was talking about when she was like in like 5, not 5 or something, but like 10 in a gas station with her mom, some lady told her that her eyebrows are very nice, that she never cut it. And now she's like 30 something, she's never touched her eyebrows because of what one random woman said when she was 10 years old. But it's the same way if she goes to her like, oh, your eyebrows are ugly, it's the same way she'll constantly be changing her eyebrows as well. So I don't know, it's very, what you say, it sticks with people. And you should just think about what you're saying beforehand. What was it? I was going to ask another question. What do you think about the whole this sounds so podcasty, but the whole light skin versus dark skin debate, colorism as well? Because as you know, beauty standards, people with lighter complexions are preferred. Oh, that sounds so bad. But people with lighter complexions are more desired in social media. So what do you think about stuff like that?
Obviously, let me just start saying everybody is beautiful. No No matter what color you are.
Per.
You're all beautiful. We love you. I'd say for our generation, because obviously we're Gen Z, but we still had some of the things. What was it the year before millennials? I don't even know. Boomers.
Was this Gen
we
Gen
were still
X?
kind of growing up with like
Gen Y?
I don't even know. But we were still like I won't say suffered, but we still had, the occasional what's this word? The occasional times and seasons of facing colorism, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, so but I'd say for now in this upcoming generation, I won't say they have it easy, but like it's becoming more inclusive. Because when you think of inclusive, you think about not just one certain race, so not just white people, black people, but now we're actually delving deeper into like not just one certain type of black people, but more black people, of different kind of shades, different stuff, albinism. So yeah, I just say it was a very prevalent thing before, but now it's getting better, I'd say. Because the way social media can be bad, as much as it can be bad, it can be good in some aspects. That it's really opening up and showing us what's been missing, or showing us hidden gems or hidden people. So but like at the end of the day, like everything we just say in today's episode actually just boils down to knowing yourself and being confident and being secure in yourself. Because if you're not confident and secure in yourself, and you're trying to find that confidence and security in other people, you are never going to achieve it, because they can only, like I said in the last episode, they can only give you so much. But like at the end of the day, most of it comes from you. So if it's not coming from you, it ain't gonna come from anybody else. So that's why you have to just focus on yourself.
Wait, do you think that's more of a, how do I say it? Like, how Gen Zs are getting better with the whole colorism thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's more because we're abroad? Because I know because we're Nigerian, I know in Nigeria, bleaching and stuff is still a big thing, because being lighter is preferred.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But they're surrounded by color. No, I don't. Jesus Christ. They're surrounded by black people, or just people from different colors. No, oh my God. They're surrounded by people with different cultures and stuff. Do you get me? So, but still, it's still like a thing to be lighter. So you still want it to be like, dark skin is not.
Yeah, obviously, like as we said before, it all boils down to like certain factors to play into it, and environment is definitely a big one. As Faith said, in Nigeria, and even I know some Asian communities as well, like, the lighter is always preferred, but I don't know, I think environment, but like obviously you have people who are growing up, they don't have their own kind of money, they don't have funds, they still have to live, in environments where it's not the healthiest. So what would you say to that then?
What do you mean?
I'm adding a question to a question, because obviously, like, say if someone is secure in themselves, but you have people, like, it's even not even people, but family members and close people saying that, I think you look better this way, I think you look better that way. But obviously, the person can't move out. They don't have their own kind of job. They don't have any sort of independence. Yeah, what do they do? Because there's only so much you can. Obviously, like, knowing you and loving yourself is a very big part. But if every single day you're hearing this kind of thing, it's gonna penetrate your.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Especially with social media. Like, we're on TikTok every day.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And
but I'm saying, like, environment wise.
So you're saying, like, if at home or something, someone's is bigger.
Yeah.
Are you saying, are they bigger or are they getting bigger? I don't know.
No, not bigger, but as in like bigger colorism, like your environment has a part to play in how you see yourself.
So if your siblings or yourself are like,
and it's obviously like
you look like a monkey or something.
Like, what, you might be like 15, 16, 18. Even at this cost of living, you're actually not going anywhere soon. So
yeah,
are you just supposed to like bear it, or what happens, or like talk to them? But like talking can only do so far. So that's my question, child.
Like, obviously not the best thing you do, but like one thing you do is obviously like block what they're saying and like just be living your own life. But again, if you're like, is your family member, you talk to them all the time, you're seeing them all the time, really, if you want to change. Like, I mean,
what do you mean change? As in you would, what they're telling you to change, or you yourself?
Like, you yourself, it kind of depends.
As in like take your independence, kind of.
Because if your family is saying it to you, there's some truth to what they're saying, though.
No, because if a person is saying, if you're say you're dark and the rest of your family has like a lighter complexion, there's no truth. There's a truth that
that's not your family because sometimes.
Yeah, but that's just how some people have it. Like that's what I'm just saying. Like it's just some like families are just.
Wait, so you talk about color?
I'm just saying kind of everything, like stuff you can't change.
Because I know for like weight or something, then like if your family is selling you're bigger, like you are bigger then.
Yeah.
So okay, either for your health reasons or somewhat, like you do change.
Yeah.
But like, who's really going to their child being like, "You're so dark, change your skin color"? Are people really doing that?
Like, you actually be surprised.
People actually do that.
To
Probably not here as much, but back home definitely.
Definitely in Nigeria.
Yeah, different ethnic places.
that the child is dark and they just change their skin color. But that's a mental issue with that generation. Then it's a continuous cycle because it's the same way. I don't want to say, but some people they grow up being racist because their parents are racist. Yeah. You got me? Like it's a bad cycle, but I feel like probably back then, with colonialism and like obviously if you're lighter, you're the in-house
not the mess.
You're the servant inside. You're a bit more. Oh my god, preferred to people. So that's people probably wanted the child to be lighter for them to be more
have it
easier.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So is it that the parent is doing that for the child to have an easier life, or are they just doing that because they have insecurities as well? That this person is too dark.
Insecurities.
Yeah. Because their insecurities are now the reality.
Yeah.
They've made it a reality. So they've suffered so far under probably their own parents' hand that like it's hard for them to change their mentality. So it's just going to be like, oh my God, my child isn't light. They're probably not going to get as easy as this person. So they have to do probably say if it's a person that comes from like a poor home and they'd be like, oh, I don't have money to give. But like if I can make them beautiful by being lighter, then I'll do what I can. So I'm not saying everything comes from a bad place, but you definitely have to check where it's coming from.
Yeah, 100%. Especially when it comes to color. Like if your mom is actually telling you you're dark, you need to change your skin color. That's not right. Not run. Don't run for your mom. But like either like you could sit down and talk, but like some people don't have the luxury of doing that. So either you try and not try and educate her, but you could be sending. Cause I know me and my mom, we'd be sending TikToks and direct each other. But like, if you could be sending like videos or just messages, be like, black is beautiful. Yeah. You get me? And whatever your skin tone or whatever you are, is still good. So back to the worth. You were mentioning worth a lot. How do you know your worth? Like, what do you do to find out, not know your worth, especially if someone has been riddled with insecurities for a long time? Do you get me? Like, what steps should they take to find their worth or just to have self-love anyway? You don't have to answer the question, but...
I don't even know. No, we should answer. I feel like, you do, girl. Come on.
How do I know my worth?
Like, you say you know your worth, yeah? Yeah. What steps did you take to know your worth? Especially since you said you were insecure before.
For example, you said that because you had so many conflicting, let's say, prognosis from the different consultants. One said lose weight, one said add weight. So was it because you didn't know what to do exactly, or you just learned to be like, okay, this is who I am, I'm gonna live with it? Like, how did you find it?
I just had to get to a point where it's just like you actually have one life to live. And it really sunk in for me one day. I was like, I'm never going to be the age I am, like right now. And in the future, obviously, like, apart from that, in the news or whatnot, the effects of some cosmetic surgeries. Some of them are the most dangerous surgeries you could ever do. And some of them can change your life for the worse. And it's just like, okay, because you have an insecurity about something, and then say, oh, I'm gonna get surgery, but it's like that came from somebody, like the root. That's why I said, like, you have to go back to the root, and it's like somebody said this to me for me to feel this way. But why is it that when someone says something positive to me, I'm allowing the negative to control over the positive? So it's one of them things that I had to pick out the positive. People have said positive things about this particular thing to me. But obviously, the negative thing that someone else said was the one I carried through. So you have to make that conscious effort to pick the good things and to block out the negatives. And understand that you have to live a life for yourself and you and your own person. And it's just like, life is so short. And I said, I want to go to the hospital. I need to do surgery. Like, having the surgery itself is a lot of risk. Like, anesthesia itself. Like, you can get paralyzed for good just from that. So it's like, if you can, like, obviously I'm not against surgery. By all means, do what makes you happy. But, like, always go down to the root of the issue. And if you know it was something because someone says something, erase it, because that person shouldn't have so much power over your life and over your mind. But yeah.
Going off what you said about the whole surgery thing, I feel like, what is it? Before, just advice, before you want to go into surgery, make sure you at least love yourself or know your worth. And if it's still a thing you want to do it. Like, no one is saying you should not do, like, get cosmetic surgeries. Like, it's still a thing that's good. And if you just want to enhance a special feature of yours, then you can do that. There's no issue with that. But just make sure that you're doing it because of your own self, and you're not doing it because of beauty standards you're seeing outside, or because of male gaze, because the male gaze as well is a big thing as well. Because if you're seeing all the guys in your life liking a certain type of woman, you too, if you don't have that self-love, you might fall victim of it. And as she said, there's a lot of consequence. There's always a consequence to what you do, and there's bad consequences and there's good consequences. But if the bad outweighs the good, and you're doing it because of a reason that is not is not, I don't want to say not valid, but if you're doing it for a reason that, you know, doesn't make as much sense, then you're going to be suffering the bad consequences for a very long time, because there is TV shows about botched surgeries. So, yeah. Anyway, Bessie, you want to answer the original question?
Oh, God. How to find your worth? Or steps? Ooh,
Not how to find your worth. Like, I don't want to say, have you had insecurities before? And obviously, you've not overcome them, but what steps did you take to make it easier on yourself?
Well, I say I just gave myself grace, obviously, and I just had to remember, like, why I'm doing it. Like, before, obviously, I'd be like, oh, I want to look this certain way, but my mindset really changed, like, 3 years ago, and it's just like, oh, actually, at the end of the day, all I want to do is just be healthy. Because you see, like, surprisingly, like, you see, I work in the hospital, you see, like, even, like, when you talk about size, you see let's say the slimmer people, like, they'll be suffering more than, you know, the people say who weigh more. So just about, what did I say at the start again? I forgot. I just remember, just knowing.
I forgot.
I think I was going somewhere. Just knowing your why. Giving yourself grace, and because at the end of the day, you're actually just human. Like, tomorrow's never granted. So just remembering that, you know, I might not have met my goal this year where I want to be, you know, scale wise or anything, but at the end of the day, like, I made memories in this body and in this part where I am now, and I wouldn't switch those memories for anything else. Like, I have my 2 working feet, my 2 working hands, I have my independence, I'm capable, like, so that's why I'm just like, and just take it a day at a time, honestly. Like, obviously we can plan for so much, but as I said, tomorrow we don't know what's happening tomorrow.
Exactly.
So just take it a day at a time, love yourself, give yourself grace, and at the end of the day, God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He is the greatest artist of all time, so.
Yeah.
And I was going to say one more thing. Like, let's say if this beauty standards and stuff is really eating at you, and you just feel like there's a whole lot of overload going on with voices, you know, from your environment as well, your family members saying one thing, you look on social media saying another thing. I'm a big advocate for Black people seeking mental health help anyway. There's if you go to college, your college has free therapists and stuff, counselors that can help you. If not, I'm pretty sure if you have a medical card, you can get like some sort of assistance as well. Because this stuff, it does eat at you, and sadly some people do either take it too far and injure themselves permanently, or do commit suicide because of the standards that they feel like is so important. So I feel like if you really need the help, talk to someone, talk to a friend. If your friend is not helping you, talk to someone professional. So yeah. I feel like that's
one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing is, if you're Christian, that you should trust God and pray that you see yourself as He sees you, and you understand that God created you how He created you, and before He put you on this earth, He said you're perfect. So when you have that mindset, and you're like, you know what? If the creator of the heavens and the earth said I'm perfect on this earth, you're not going to dictate whether I'm good enough or not. So it's just one of them things that you just have to carry with your chest and be like, you know what? Whatever God says is the truth. And every other person's opinion is secondary to God. And that's just that. But yeah.
Because He made you like that for a reason. Anyway, that's the end of another episode.
Another heavy one again. It's needed.
We just stop doing this.
It's needed.
But I feel it was an interesting topic though. So anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share to your brother, your brother's girlfriend, your boyfriend,
a friend of a friend
of
a friend of a friend.
Anybody.
Share to your principal, anybody. Just
we
share
love
to
you
your
guys.
content.
So
Like,
bye.
Subscribe, rate, and like, and show the love. Love yourself.
Adios.
You are loved. You are beautiful.
Yeah. Adios.
Slangafo.
Slangafo.
Hi guys. Here are some of our unserious moments. Welcome back to another episode.
Guys, episode. Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Lead Podcast.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, we're singing.
No.
It's the Lead Podcast.
This is another bloopers.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, the English is coming palatable. Oh, palatable. Do you get me?
Yeah, I got you.
Palpable.
What's palpable?
Another word.
I don't even know.
That's the word. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
What's palpable? It's not palpable.
Guys, we went to school. I promise you. Anyways, but yeah, energy.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Lead Podcast.
No,
You better
that's
give
too
energy.
long.
Because you were not giving energy last episode.
I literally.
You were the one who kept getting it wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Guys,
The
we're not doing
intro.
this now.
Excuse you. Okay.
Excuse you too.
Practice. 1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome back to the Lead Podcast. Why'd you stop? That's how you stopped the last time.
I wanted to see. Oh yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Welcome back to the Lead Podcast.
I wasn't involved in that.
You see?
It's not my fault. You were being too
1,
fast.
2, 3, go.
Welcome back to the Lead Podcast.
Podcast.
I think we
That
should
A.
say welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back, what?
To another episode.
Oh, just episode.
We could just say welcome to
Another episode.
of the Lead Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Lead Podcast.
Okay,
You know.
simple.
Not like she did it though.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of don't jealous of me. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready. Yep. Wait.
Oh, God. Remember, when in doubt, social media.
I don't know what the
Controversial
first question is.
topics.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys questions. I'm going to say, how do you separate yourself from the beauty standards of today? Yeah?
Yeah.
I live life.
Okay. I'm ready to start. Because
It's already 12:01. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
okay, guys. Are you ready? Okay.
Oh.
Okay.